screen.
I don't know what's happening. Are we struggling? What's going on here?
You fucked up. We
You fucked up? It was
we were
too
all
early.
sitting there.
No, I did it on purpose. I don't want to deal with it.
Why the fuck didn't you tell us?
Come on, here we go. Get into it. Yeah.
With
Fantasy
your
Dudes.
hosts,
Are you kidding me?
Jonathan, Tyler, and Shane.
Wow, we all look like we want to kill ourselves. This is terrible.
Oh, we can't start a
Welcome
podcast
back
like
to
this, brother.
those Fantasy Dudes podcast. Here we are. I guess I caught the guys off guard there. I thought that they were going to be ready for that, but if you're
Yeah,
watching, on
fuck us
YouTube,
for
that was
not
pretty
knowing,
embarrassing.
not reading your mind.
Brother just
Right.
hit record and was like, all right, let's do it.
Yeah, here we go. Oh shit, I didn't even pull the notes up, but yeah. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to going into week 6 of the Fantasy Football 2023 season.
That's a third of the way.
Ew. Damn, a
Gross.
third? That means
Yeah.
we're 2/3 of the way left to go, and then there's no football anymore.
Glass half full or 2/3 full.
That's half empty, I think.
Shit.
I'm looking at it half empty for sure.
I was to start too. It's okay.
Darn it. But yeah, welcome back to the show. We're those Fantasy Dudes. Jake, Tyler, John, your host over here to talk about NFL news, Brittany Mahomes, update you on what's going on in our various leagues, Keeper, Dynasty, play some survival football, and have Dr. Logan chime in at the very end. So
It's crazy
yeah.
that that's become a staple of every show, and it's only because no one else writes in.
And it has
Hey, that's-
nothing to do with him being a doctor.
Right. It's
And he's
Dr.
not a
Logan chimes in,
doctor.
but he's just calling in and asking questions. It's not like he's like, hey, want to give you some thoughtful advice about injuries.
I almost asked
That
him
was what
today.
that drop was for.
Initially, in one episode we did do that, and since then it's just been us trying to help him beat his family members in his home league.
Yeah.
So
I'd
I'm
rather
not
help
even
him
100%
beat
sure if it
up
worked.
his family members.
I'm all about beating family members. So if we can help in any way.
Okay. We're the place to go for beating up family members, those Fantasy Dudes podcasts. But just fantasizing about it. It's not real.
I feel pretty good about beating up most of my family members if I had to.
That's because you're like 6'7" and larger than most people on the planet.
I'm not 6'7", but big.
Yeah.
To John, you're 6'7", so that's what
That's
counts.
true.
Yeah.
Everyone's
Paul
6'7"
Bunyan
to John.
statue in Bangor, Maine to me.
John's just a little guy.
I am a little guy. Did you guys know that they're not going to unearth the time capsule on the Paul Bunyan statue until 2084?
I don't care.
Oh, it's to celebrate the 250th anniversary of Bangor, Maine.
Wow.
When did they put it in?
Wow, that's an interesting question out of context. I think they put it in like the 50s.
There's a bunch of stupid shit in there. I just
Bottle
know it.
caps,
No,
cigarettes,
it's like
There's stupid shit
lottery
in there.
tickets.
heroin. It's a bunch of terrible shit. I don't know. It's
That's what I was thinking, but
yeah. Well, what do you think was in there? What would you put in a time
I
capsule?
don't know,
Jake?
like a fucking. What would I put in there, or what do I think's in there?
Well, if there was a time capsule right now and you were going to unearth it in 250 years, you weren't. I mean, unless you lived that long. What would you put
Be
in
cool.
there?
Be pretty cool.
Pretty sick.
Fantasy football tips?
What would I put in there? Who is it? Just to anybody?
Whoever finds it in future New Hampshire.
So it's not to like my kids or something.
No.
Okay.
This is a public time capsule that will be unearthed publicly in New Hampshire in 250 years. Go.
I'd probably put some writings about what being alive in the 1900s was like.
You don't live in the 1900s. You live in the 2000s.
I
mean,
was alive in 1995.
We're alive there. So it's...
Okay, so you're going to talk about
Early
the first
2000s.
5 years of your
I'm gonna
life?
talk about what the pre-internet life was like.
Okay.
Mm.
I like that.
Yeah.
I think mine would just be a bunch of Miles Sanders rookie cards that they could use. It's like some sort of like kindling or fuel. I don't know if that's worth anything in 2084, but
so. We're just being assholes about this. We're not
I'd
giving
put-
real answers.
well, I am.
Jake actually gave a genuine answer. Like,
That was
he
a
wants
ra-
to give the world
I thought that
history.
one there.
I don't know.
I would just put
fucking Funko
Bottle
Pops.
caps,
What if you
cigarettes,
would put a bunch
lottery
of
tickets.
fucking Funko Pops in that fucking thing.
Don't
the Brittany
disrespect
Mahomes
me like
Funko
that.
Pop.
That
That's
would
what I
be
want to
full
put in
of
there.
Funko Pops. Ugh.
How big is a time capsule typically? I don't think you could fit. A
It's as
telescope.
big as you want it to be.
standardized.
So
Okay.
you don't buy it off the
It's-
time
I
just thought it
capsule
was like the
shelf.
size-
It's
the
a
size
time
of like a
capsule.
thermos.
Throw it in a
cylinder.
hole.
Okay,
It's
Jesus.
it's as big as the hole you're willing to dig.
How deep do you think they typically bury them though? Because there's
Who
erosion.
gives
and
a
stuff, so-
shit? I feel like we could go dig up the one. We could go
Let's
dig
go
up the
dig
one
it
in
up.
Bangor.
No, it's
Let's
under
just
the
go get it
statue.
now.
It's under cement. They're gonna definitely have to
You
get
have
like
to tear
like
that
a
bitch
vacuum.
down to
I
get
think
the
so.
time
I'm
capsule.
gonna throw.
pretty sure.
I'm gonna throw a winch on that fucking Paul Bunyan statue. Take that down. We're getting that time capsule.
We should just get really wasted at the casino and then go over there and just try to rip the time capsule out of the
I
ground.
can't do my best winching drunk.
If
Yeah.
you don't know anything about Bangor, Maine, this is not funny. But if you do, it's pretty funny.
It's the
It's pretty
birthplace
good.
of Stephen King. There's a big statue. He's in a lot of folklore, like poems and stuff back.
You're
in
making
the
it
day.
sound like it's a statue of Stephen King. It's
No.
I mean-
Paul Bunyan also has nothing to do with Stephen King. It's just the
Yeah,
only
it's
place.
just
I don't
there.
even know if he
Yeah.
has anything to do with Bangor. Does he?
Stephen King?
No, fucking Paul Bunyan.
Not- not really. No, not that I could tell you.
I'm pretty sure he erected the first building in the city with his.
Why
axe.
did you have to say it like that?
Is Paul Bunyan a real person?
I don't know.
I don't think his blue
thought he
ox
had-
was a real person.
Yeah, he had like a blue
Well,
ox.
that's because it was
That's-
an ox.
He's a
No,
folk hero in American and Canadian folklore, and also built the first building in Bangor, Maine. Son of a bitch!
Holy shit! I just see that makes a lot of sense.
I'm
right?
totally bullshitting you.
You
This
son
is
of
not a real
bitch.
person.
You fucking motherfucker. So you basically
got
said he's
me.
not real and
Tyler,
also
I
made
closed
the first
out my
building.
window where I was Googling Paul Bunyan real when you said that.
Yeah, no, he's not real at all.
That's like saying SpongeBob is real. I'm just a fucking idiot. If you want to follow us, it's going to be at Those Fantasy Dudes on Instagram, TikTok. X is going to be at Fantasy Dudes Pod. Reddit at Those Fantasy Dudes. Send us a voice message. Please, for the love of God, make it so we can have a real mailbox segment that doesn't include Logan.
That would be awesome.
We
Mac,
love Logan.
I know you're listening. Call in right
Yeah.
now.
Air your
Please.
grievances. We don't care.
You can
Something.
call in and just leave like a serial killer style voice message for Tyler, and we'll play it online.
We'll play it. Doesn't even have to be a
You
question.
can be like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you. I know where you fucking live. I'm gonna kill you." Like that'll be fine. We'll play that on there.
That would make for a really interesting start to the show, honestly. And then we would probably save that soundbite and then just play it whenever we want for fun.
I
Yeah,
love
just
that.
whenever I
Just-
lose.
I'm gonna
each
fucking
week.
kill you. Yeah.
I'll go fucking kill you.
Email us, thosefantasydudes@gmail.com, and follow us on all the various podcast platforms. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, TuneIn, Radio, Stitcher, Castbox, Reason Radio, Public Breaker, Pocket Cast, Bullhorn, Castro, Podchaser, Podcast Addict, Podbean, Podcast Guru, Podcast Republic, Podverse, Spotify for podcasters is our host platform. All right?
Very nice. Very nice.
You just gotta scan and then the words just flow.
What's the
know?
new Spotify platform? Spotify for podcasters?
Yeah, I don't know why. I wish they had a
Hmm.
smoother name, but maybe
Yeah.
Spotify told them to do it.
Branding's
No.
not great on that one, but hey, that's all right.
It doesn't work. Make sure to follow us, subscribe on your preferred platform, tell a friend, leave a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Hit the plus button in the upper right hand corners. That way you never miss an episode. Give us money, support the show. Click on the link in our bio. And that's all the housekeeping. I think it's time to talk about Brittany Mahomes.
Brittany Mahomes update. Brittany Mahomes update.
You like your bullshit behind me? You Bengals fan? You fucking fraud.
Should we talk about
that jersey's
what that
coming
even
back out
is?
soon? I just know it with the way the Pats are playing. You're switching teams soon.
Dude, no. Don't fucking say that. I'm a diehard Patriots fan through and through thick and thin. But I'm gonna tell you what.
Through
didn't watch
thick
a
and thin. You were
single-
born in 1995. It's
They were
only
bad
been
then.
through
They were
thick.
Only
bad
been
then.
thick.
Actually, I went to the Super Bowl that year. I was also an infant, so that doesn't count. But no, but I did wear that during the 2007 undefeated season. If you're watching online, or if you're not watching, there's a picture of me wearing full Bengals gear to a Patriots Bengals game.
Ooh,
Yeah,
That's disrespectful.
it's bad. But keep in mind, I was like 12, and
No
my
excuse.
mom was there with me. We saw the ESPN reporter Sal Paolantonio on the plane on the way
Okay.
there.
okay.
He signed that hat. I still have it somewhere. It's faded. a lot.
The ESPN reporter signed your Bengals hat.
It's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, that's badass. No,
One time, Cheryl Crow signed a piece of paper for me on a plane.
really?
You met
Yeah.
Sheryl Crow on a plane?
I did.
That's crazy.
Was she
Way cooler
flying
than
next
a
to the plane
ESPN
like a
reporter,
crow?
right?
Yeah.
I'm like a bird. That's not her. Never mind.
No, no, highway. No, she's like, oh, are you strong enough to be my man? That one.
Keep going. I don't
The
recognize it.
first cut is the deepest, baby. I know that one.
Copyright strike. Copyright strike. Copyright strike.
The whole thing's taken down.
Finally, the show's over.
It's crazy. It's because I sound identical to Sheryl Crow, so there's no way we're gonna get demonetized, right?
You know
We're
what?
I'm not making money to begin with.
When I met her, she actually did sound like a late 20s alcoholic.
Okay.
I feel like she has the skin of a leatherback turtle. Is that true?
Oh my god.
That's not something I remember because I was 12.
I feel like she's also from New Jersey.
She did have Lance Armstrong's kid with her.
Wow.
Okay.
Did Lance
Pop
Armstrong's
off?
kid also have one testicle and cheat on the Tour de France?
What a crazy thing to say.
Big doping kid. Big on
He was
doping.
already doing so many
Huge
steroids.
doping kid.
He didn't do steroids. It was blood doping. Leave him alone.
That's still you're
You
saying
don't
the
even
kid-
know what blood doping is.
No, absolutely no clue.
It's actually kind of badass. It kind of
badass.
I don't think blood doping should
Legal?
be cheating. I think that's
I
cool
don't
as
think
shit.
it's cheating at all. I think that all football teams should be able to do blood doping. You go work out at a really high elevation for an extended period of time. You
Okay.
take out a bunch of your blood at that time, and then you go back and you go get ready to compete at a lower altitude, and then you put all that blood back in you, and it helps you provide more oxygen to your muscles.
Yeah. I think there's a way to artificially pump more oxygen into the blood as well, other than being at a high altitude. So you can you effectively take your blood out, put more oxygen in it, and then put it back inside of you with the oxygen.
Yeah,
That's
sounds
crazy.
right.
That doesn't
It's
sound you're not
crazy.
taking drugs. That sounds like you should get paid more to do that.
Right? It's kind of
Like
sick.
you should get a
but
trophy
it's
just
cheating,
for taking
though.
your blood.
This
out of
might
your
be a
body.
controversial opinion, but I feel like professional athletes should be allowed to put whatever they want in their body. We're making them beat each other up for entertainment. Why do I care if they do HGH?
Yeah, but they're getting a competitive advantage over people that don't want to do steroids and ruin their bodies for the future.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. I would have to, I would probably defer to the athletes to vote on that. But like from my perspective, if they all
Player
said,
Association gonna
like if the
hey,
NFL
we're
Players
doing
Association
steroids.
said we want to do steroids, I'd be like, sure. Like that doesn't
All right.
mess with the integrity of the game to me.
They
I
did
feel
that in
like they would
baseball.
also-
It was
they would
awesome.
also have to agree that the sport is no longer like they're no longer trying to make it safer because if they're doing steroids, they're going to be stronger, faster, and just meaner.
Man, this is the best Brittany Mahomes segment we've ever had.
Isn't it? It's really
I
good
love
so
this.
far. Big
You know who
fan.
should really do steroids? Brittany Mahomes. But let's not forget, this is the Brittany Mahomes update, not the Taylor Swift update, because that's all we've been talking about for the last 20 minutes.
She's a fake fan. She didn't even go to the last game.
Fake fan. Thank you, Tyler. Over the last couple weeks, give me one minor moment here so we can bring up
I wonder
Brittany's
if she does
beautiful
have any
Instagram.
fandom. Like, I wonder if she had any thoughts on this beforehand.
Brittany Mahomes on steroids?
No. Nope. Taylor Swift on football.
Oh, she's from like Nashville. That's a sporty state. No, actually, I don't know if she's
Tennessee
actually from Nashville.
Titans.
I think she's from Philadelphia. Actually,
Ew.
Oh man. Oh, she's an Eagles fan. Do you know that?
Kelsey.
Well, battery.
Uh-oh, she's gonna home wreck a marriage. No, just kidding. Over the past 2 weeks, Taylor has taken center stage at Kansas City Chiefs games with this very podcast. I want to make this very clear, however. This is a Brittany Mahomes podcast. Nothing more. We talk about fantasy football here and there, but all three of us, including Jake, got together one night, brainstormed ideas for a podcast. It took a while until something clicked. Tyler suggested Funko Pops.
What?
I suggested Jenna Ortega, and it wasn't until a light bulb went off in Jake's head that Brittany Mahomes was the answer.
What? Wait, what? No.
What do you mean?
I didn't. I tuned out a little bit because I usually black out through a lot.
You don't
of the
remember
segment.
that time that we all sat down together and tried to brainstorm an idea for a show?
You're gaslighting me right now.
And you said, what if we did Brittany Mahomes?
You know damn well if Tyler suggested Funko Pops, I would have spent the rest of the time making fun of him suggesting Funko Pops rather than suggesting Brittany Mahomes.
This is true.
But wouldn't you prefer to do a Brittany Mahomes podcast over a Funko Pop podcast?
You also suggested Jenna Ortega. That's a real crazy thing to say.
See, I'm on board with that. That's fine.
Yeah, that's like pop culture. She's
Guts.
famous.
Come on, Jake.
Guts. That's Olivia Rodrigo. Jenna Ortega's an actress.
What?
Tyler, are you?
I don't want to
profiling?
talk about either
Huh?
of them. If there's an option, if there's an option where I cannot talk about either of those women,
Well, I'm going to tell you what,
instead
Jake.
talk about fantasy football with my friends.
Oh, you don't have that option.
It's
We
not in
owe
the
our
cards.
access to Brittany and her continued social media presence that always gives us something fabulous to talk about week in and week out. With that all being said, it's time to catch up with our girl and see what she's up to. Brittany, of course, posted her usual set of photos wearing
That's an old jacket.
none
Old.
other
Seen it
than
before.
matching custom leather jackets.
Seen it.
Seen
Seen it.
matching-
Reuse
Hey,
outfit.
hey,
Seen
give her
it.
a chance. Give her a chance alongside her daughter, Sterling Star. Aw, how cute. It was actually a pretty badass look, if I don't say so myself. Look at this picture right here. Damn, what a shot.
I don't know. She's kind of ripping off the Fonz a little bit.
Think so?
I fucking
Yeah.
hate this man. Every week, I fucking.
She also had on a pair of yellow and blue Nike Dunks or Jordans. Tyler, I need you to clarify. I'm not sure what kind of shoes those are. Those Dunks?
Those look.
Those Airs? Forces?
Well, so the problem is those. Oh, with the toe box being black, I don't know. Honestly, I would
Pretty sure those are
lean Dunks.
dude.
I would lean Dunks because I think those are Michigan Dunks, which makes no sense.
Right. That's what I'm about to get at here is that it was actually pretty okay. She also had a pair of yellow and blue Nike Dunks or Jordan, whatever. Didn't match
Yellow
her
and blue
outfit.
Nike Dunks would be Michigan.
This is very unconventional for Brittany, since in the past the shoes either match with Sterling or
No.
always at least match her outfit as a whole. A
Right.
picture says 1,000 words. And after reporting on Brittany for so long, I think that the lack of shoe coordination could be a sign of distress. Brittany is broken behind that motherly smile. She smiles for the pictures she forces her friends and family to take, but she knows that she has taken a hit on the totem pole of Kansas City wives and girlfriends. Brittany was seen alongside Taylor at the Sunday Night Football game in New York only 2 weeks ago with nothing but disgust on her face. Taylor was having the time of her life while Brittany sat there admiring the ground beneath her. Taylor didn't even find it necessary to attend the game in Minnesota, as if to say she doesn't see the people of Minnesota as human beings.
Damn.
Yeah. Brittany, on the other hand, has absolutely nothing better to do. It goes to show the dedication and commitment a woman like Brittany can be.
Does she have nothing better to do, or is she committed? I can't tell.
I'm not really 100% sure. Maybe if Taylor looked at her man the way that Brittany looks at Patrick, she would be living the love story she wrote about all those years ago, instead of making bad blood between all her exes.
Okay. All right.
That
You
was
had
good.
me,
Come
and then
on.
you lost
That
me.
was
Come
bad.
on. No.
If I were to take anything from all this, it would be stick with your guys. Don't let life get in the way and be that mean. God damn.
What?
Be
And-
mean.
And no. And why you got to be so mean? And don't let those annoying league mates take advantage of you.
You're
Like Jake.
fucking this up.
Unless you
It's
want to
okay.
try it, you would fuck this up so hard if you had your own segment.
Yeah, let me start doing
Reading-
the Brittany Mahomes segment. It won't
reading
be about
words?
Brittany Mahomes.
Reading is so hard, and also writing. Unless they're extremely
writing is
handsome and
good.
convincing,
I like
like
how you're
me,
leaving Tyler
you
up
should
here.
not listen.
This is
Anybody.
torture.
Well, you certainly shouldn't listen to these guys. Anyway, that's the update. If you want to follow along with Brittany, that's going to be at Brittany Lynn, BrittNYLYNNE on Instagram. Be one of the 1.4 million.
The audible yawn. From
I hate Jake. Jake's so mean. Why can't you just support the show? You're on the show and you support it less than everybody else does.
Damn.
I support the show that we set out to make, which is just a couple of pals talking
Which
about
is this.
fantasy football.
Which is exactly what we're
I don't
doing.
understand what your problem is.
We're
We're 20
talking
minutes in
about
and all we
Brittany
talk about is
Mahomes.
football.
If we
That's it.
don't know how Brittany Mahomes is doing, how can we know how our fantasy teams are doing, Jake?
Exactly. There's a cause and correlation, Jake, and I need you to understand that. Why do you think you're undefeated in Dynasty? Well,
I don't have one single Chief on my team.
no, you don't actually.
Damn.
Actually, I
Wait,
do. I have,
you have
I have
Pacheco.
McKinnon. I have McKinnon now. I got rid of Pacheco,
Mhm.
but I do still have McKinnon. So,
Connor
who
should have
has
asked for
who has
McKinnon.
Pacheco now?
Troy.
Is it? Fuck Troy.
No,
God
one of
damn
your
it.
friends. What a fucking
God
surprise.
damn it, Troy. I want Pacheco.
Do you?
No,
I
not
wanna
really.
check, though.
You kind of wish I kept
I
Pacheco
want to
because
check
I
though.
want that check.
The only QB, like I didn't get anything good out of that deal because I ended up with Kirk Cousins, Waller, and
Oh yeah, the
Dalvin Cook.
QB4. That
Ugh.
sucks.
Ugh, that's
Yeah.
stinky.
Yeah.
That's
I
a stinky
mean,
trade.
like, I didn't know about Tua. If I knew what I know now, then I probably would have just hung on to Tua. I also got Russell Wilson out of that, who I just turned into a second and a third. So,
I guess we could have done a little dynasty download, but I really don't think that trade is even worth talking about.
It's really not. That's a garbage.
It's not. It's
trade.
it's a nothing trade. But
It's a
I mean,
nothing
for
trade.
me, like,
It was a three.
now I've got 3
How does-
seconds.
How does it feel that your starting tight ends moving forward, John, are a nothing trade in the
Yeah.
Dynasty League? I just want you to know.
I know. I'm well aware. I've had nothing
That's
tight ends
kinda
for
rough,
3 years
dude.
in this league. It's
Cool how you
brutal.
get to pick between like shit and ass.
My man had Daniel Bellinger last year.
Hey,
man,
he
he
beat
old
barely had
pirate
one
man.
eye. Yeah.
Brother got his eye socket broken.
It's been brutal. It's shit and ass and younger ass with Kyle Pitts. So it really depends.
I'm
on
not
how
gonna
you
say it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it.
He's 22. You think he would be good? Give him 5 more years. He'll be fine. He'll be like the tight end 5 on the
Brother,
season.
this league won't exist in 5 years. I don't know.
Oh, it's gonna exist in 5 years.
No,
I
it
got-
will. Well, we got it locked down.
It's gonna be all Jake's friends by then because I'm probably gonna drop dead if I don't win a championship this year.
That would be really sad if you killed yourself and then we had to replace you.
Yeah, don't do
'cause,
that.
Like, what are we
I
gonna
want
do?
Kyle Pitts though, but don't do that.
Oh, do you think you get Kyle Pitts if my team?
I'll stash Kyle Pitts. Yeah, sure. I
You'll
got roster
stash him.
space.
The fact that I cannot stash Kyle Pitts, he has to start. It has been horrible.
That's sad. That is a sad place to be. I'm sorry.
I got Jerick McKinnon and Kareem Hunt for you for Kyle Pitts.
I mean, Jesus, I'd rather put McKinnon in than Miles Sanders, Najee Harris. A lot of people actually.
Just give me Najee, dude. I
Kind
don't
of
know what's-
crazy the guys you threw on trade block. Like anybody wanted them.
I got me. I you know what? I'm gonna keep it to myself because I don't want you guys to know anything. But there was an insane offer that almost went through.
An insane offer that almost.
If it was that
That's
insane, then why
crazy
didn't you
'cause
accept
didn't
it?
go through.
Yeah.
Because I offered it, and it was very much considered.
Was
What
it?
makes you say that? I got to hear more about this.
Because
You can't
You've
just
had
say
some.
that shit.
You've had
and
some
then-
doo-doo stinky.
I was on the
offers.
phone with this person for an hour and a half talking about it.
It's Logan.
What? It's got to be Logan.
It's
Yeah.
fucking Logan.
Who you don't think I could talk to anybody else on the phone for an hour and a half?
Absolutely
Correct,
not.
absolutely
Everybody
not.
hates you. Dude.
Everybody's met Logan, dude. Everybody's met Logan, and I've dealt with Logan and had to talk to him on the phone.
Well, I'm just gonna let you figure it out from there on out. But we do have a show to get
I
through.
think we figured it out. But all right.
Tyler,
It's Logan, and he waffled on an offer for an hour.
Injury updates.
I gotta
call
get the
Logan a
notes up.
waffle. He's a human being.
I said he waffled. He waffled on it. Back and forth.
Waffle stomp.
I'm
Back
gonna
and
start
forth.
using that. Don't waffle on me.
Don't waffle on me.
Don't you dare waffle me.
Yeah. So good news, guys. I'm not injured this week. So that's good, right?
Is anybody else injured? That's important.
No, nobody.
Yep.
No.
Definitely not.
Super
right.
healthy week in the NFL.
Let's move on. Matchup rewind.
Yeah.
Matchup
Jonathan Taylor's back. Yes. Perfect.
Yeah.
No, Jonathan Taylor's officially back though. That's good news.
Yay. Golf
yeah,
He
but-
clap.
actually
crazy week.
signed with the Colts. 3-year, $42 million extension with 26.5 guaranteed. So he had an awesome week back. Walked right back into his old form. Nothing changed.
Yeah. He was the RB1 that he was meant to be and got paid to be.
Yep. 6 carries for 18 yards. Puts him at RB1 for the week.
Yep. It was a really bad week for RBs. Definitely nobody else, especially on that team, could have possibly done better.
No, definitely not. Zach Moss blew up everybody's benches across the entire world. He was RB2 on the week, but he had 23 carries, 165 yards, and 2 touchdowns. What?
Does that
Brutal.
continue? Does that continue?
No, it can't.
Can it though?
I mean,
No, Jonathan, they
can't.
gotta.
It can't.
They're not gonna pay Jonathan Taylor that money and then not work him.
Yeah.
What if he sucks? Like,
why would they
come
sign
on.
him if he sucks? Why wouldn't
Does
they just keep Zach Moss?
He literally
mean-
had his first practice like after they signed him. He hadn't
dude.
practiced. How do they know?
I'm telling you right now, we'll get to it, but there's some other implications with the Colts offense that lead me to believe it is going to be mostly Jonathan Taylor with like a 30-40% Zach Moss mixed in there.
That's still
And
pretty
that's going to
good for
be the
Zach
whole
Moss.
offense. Yeah, I think it's great for Zach Moss. I wouldn't get rid of him by any means.
Yeah, I mean, I'd definitely hold on to him. You never know. Jonathan Taylor could re-aggravate his injury too.
Do you have Zach Moss?
Me in Dynasty? No.
Yeah.
Ben has Zach Moss.
Ben has
That's
Zach
actually
Moss
great for me.
and Raheem Mostert. That's crazy.
Doesn't he? No, he doesn't have A-Chain.
No, that's
isn't
Dame,
it?
I think. Or
No, Mac has
Achane.
Achane.
Mac.
Mac
Oh my
has
God, of
Achane.
course. Yeah, that's crazy
Yeah.
for Zach Moss. I think that
Insane.
he looks so good at football, and he never has until now. It's crazy.
Yeah, he just turned it on. I don't know
Yeah.
what the incentive was, maybe because he was like, hey, if they don't re-sign Jonathan Taylor, I could be here. But no, he's still blown up. So definitely.
Yeah, why
keep
did
him.
he look so bad in
Buffalo?
Buffalo.
Maybe it just
I
didn't
think
like the
Buffalo's
cold.
run scheme is just gross. Damian Harris looks like shit.
True.
James Cook looks like shit this year. Nobody
James
looks
Cook
good.
all right, but it's only because he's catching passes.
Yeah.
It's not looked fantastic though. And that's an uber talented guy with that run scheme. So anyway, Van Jefferson was traded to the Falcons for a 2025
Big move.
6th and 7th round pick swap.
How is this bigger news than the news I'm thinking of?
Well, we're getting to it
In no particular order.
We're
Jake.
getting off the top here. Yeah, this means nothing. More bad news for Kyle Pitts. Just throw it on the fire with the rest
Kyle
of it.
Pitts is
Right?
gonna get in the van.
Oh, fuck up, dude. There's no way that he leapfrogs Kyle Pitts in targets. Come on.
There's a pretty decent chance he does.
That's a
I'm not gonna lie to
Get
you.
in the van, Kyle Pitts.
It doesn't take a
Straight up
lot.
a death piece.
It doesn't take a lot to leapfrog Kyle Pitts in targets, dude.
Okay,
I got
guess
news for
if you're
you.
Jonnu Smith, but Van Jefferson is. Oh my God, kill me now.
It's
Bro,
rough.
there's no way.
It's rough going. Stash Kyle Pitts.
If only I still had Van Jefferson to replace Kyle Pitts on my roster every week.
Gross.
Yeah. So we're just kidding about the IR thing and about injuries in general. This has been one of the most brutal weeks in recent memory for injuries.
Big names. Big names, baby.
Off the top, Justin Jefferson, Anthony Richardson, James Conner, and Devon Achane moved to the IR this week. All 4 of those guys.
There's a team out there with all 4 of those guys.
There absolutely is.
Yeah.
There's no question in my mind that this is somebody starting for somebody in my home league. Their 2 running backs were James Conner and Devon Achane.
Oof.
So
Brutal. And they got those at such a value.
great value. Like Achane off waivers, for God's sake. Yeah. So, but because of the IR stipulation, all those guys have to miss at least 4 weeks, eligible to return week 10. Now, this is also interesting because Anthony Richardson, yes, he's on the IR. They're saying he could be 4 to 8 weeks, depending. And they're not going to rush him back because the Colts are not looking like a playoff team. So
what's their record right now? Like 2-3? Are they 3-2?
They might be, but
dude, we have a bet on them winning a.
They're 3-2. They literally tied for first place in their division. Like
they haven't played anybody, have they? I mean,
didn't they beat the Rams? They beat
the Ravens. They beat the Ravens, the Texans.
If
they lost to the Rams.
Magic. If Jonathan Taylor can play well, like they absolutely have a chance to win that division. Jacksonville, they got a good win against Buffalo. I feel like they have Buffalo's number, to be honest.
They could, but I guess moral of the story being, it's Anthony Richardson's first year. They're kind of getting acclimated to their new system they got going on. So I don't think they're going to rush him back. The fact that they even said 4 to 8 weeks is kind of rough.
Yeah.
Usually they don't just come out and say that, so it could be longer. Like we don't know.
Yeah.
James Conner could lose his job straight up, being gone for 4 weeks to the rookie. Keontae Ingram, so that's interesting. Justin Jefferson
Ingram is the guy you think?
He might not
because
be,
he's number 1 on the depth chart and you picked him up this afternoon doesn't mean he's the guy.
No, but my point being, in a rebuilding Arizona offense coming up to the trade deadline, what are you actually doing with James Conner and Zach Ertz, right?
They paid James Conner. They gave him an extension last year. Like
they
have no reason not to use James Conner until he dies on the field.
Okay, that's
Like,
fair enough.
You know, and they could use rookies. They don't have to use rookies every play to know if they're going to be of value later on.
Yep.
So I don't know. It's the fucking Cardinals.
And also, Justin Jefferson is in a contract year. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So there's a possibility if the
Yeah,
Vikings
that's
don't look good in 4 weeks, brother might not play any more games this year. He might hold out.
I don't see that happening.
That's a possibility.
There's also a possibility Kirk Cousins gets traded before the deadline. If they literally, if they're going to be 1-7, like they're 1-4 right now, I think. So if they lose a couple more games, like they should capitalize on him and trade him to the Jets or something. Honestly,
I hate to say it, but this was so easy to see happening from last year, where like they just lucked out and won 1-score games. That's what happened last year.
Oh, it was they were a
them,
fake contender last year.
It was
no question.
it was so obvious, and it's so unfortunate. Dude, if I hate to say it, but if I'm Justin Jefferson, I'm getting the fuck out of there.
That's what I'm saying.
Why
That could
would
be
you
his last
stay?
game as a Viking. And if he's on IR now, again, there's no incentive to come back.
Yeah,
It really isn't. So
it's crazy.
we'll see how it goes.
That would be
but because
crazy
of
to imagine.
those.
I'd be way more pissed if I got him like in the first round.
Oh, he went 101 everywhere.
Yeah.
So
Totally
Jake,
reasonable.
you might be
There
the
you
only
go.
person on the planet that got him with a 114, or with the 14th in the 14th round.
Yeah, I get him the 13th this year.
keeper
Oh,
leagues
God,
are
yeah.
stupid. Don't play in keeper
Not a
leagues.
value.
Yeah, don't suck at fantasy if you play.
Oh my God. Well, don't join a keeper league late when some motherfucker has Justin Jefferson for 14th every year.
Bullshit.
I will
I'll
have
just
him.
throw away my money every year.
There's some
I will
leagues.
have
There's
him until he
some,
stops playing football in both leagues you guys care about.
there's some leagues where there's a 3-year limit on a keeper. And
I
then
think that
he
should be
has to go back
imposed.
in the pool.
That should be a thing, man.
It's not a thought I had.
I think you should eat dirt
damn.
and leave me alone.
I'm just saying that's
That is
a very common thing
egregious.
to do.
That's
That
just
this
gross.
This should theoretically, if this was a normal keeper league, you would lose him after this year. But
No, I wouldn't lose him after this year. I had him 1 year, second year. I would have one more year after this year.
no, you'd have him
Because
for 3 total years.
I had him because
All
I
right,
got him.
well,
on
it's not
waiver.
happening, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, leave me alone.
I'm the commissioner. I can make that rule. You could just decide to be friends with me.
I'll drive to Florida and fucking shoot you.
Okay. Well,
You have to get in line, Jake. There's a lot of that going on down there.
yeah, that's true. There's a big line out
I'm
my
gonna
door
run
right
into
now.
another robber on the way into John's apartment.
Wouldn't be
Hey, you
surprised.
here to rob John too? No way. That's crazy.
That's crazy. Well, yeah, he gave me $50 for a Switch, and I got his address.
That guy could probably
Damn.
find me at any time.
Probably.
You should find him.
I probably
boy.
should.
Don't do that. Waiver wire pickups for this week. Amari Demercado for Arizona, Brandon Powell, Minnesota, and Salvin Ahmed and Jeff Wilson also have a chance to crowd the Miami backfield if they come back healthy in week 6. Keontae Ingram, this is the story of today, Wednesday, October 11th. Keontae Ingram is listed above Amari Demercado, but we don't really know what that means, and we don't
Isn't it
know what
crazy
the
that
workloads look
I've
like.
never heard either of these two guys' names until this week.
I heard of Keontae Ingram
Yeah, I've
last
heard of
year.
Keontae
I rostered James Conner in Dynasty. That's why. But other than that, you should have no
okay.
idea who Keontae Ingram is.
Yeah.
I've never heard his name in my
I
life.
am excited for when
Yeah.
I do rebuild and I can I'll spend more time learning these guys, but now it's like, what's the point? Like,
Yeah.
that
Wow.
guy.
What a fucking luxury.
That guy literally wasn't available in our dynasty league. I talked to a friend who had a dynasty league that had they had slightly larger than normal rosters. I was like, what's the point? Why would you shouldn't have a waiver wire in dynasty essentially?
Gross.
I don't know.
That's what I like. So, but yeah, lots of moves to be had with those guys going on the IR. Austin Eckler expects to play this Monday night against the Cowboys. He hasn't played since week 1.
Fire
but
him
he
up.
told reporters
give a
there's a
shit.
99% chance he plays on Monday night.
I'm playing him. I don't give a shit.
He's not a
It's Austin
doctor.
Eckler.
Are you going to
Also-
risk it for Monday Night Football though?
100%.
You
I
risk
have him.
just
Do you have him in the
goosing?
league of record?
I got Josh Kelly anywhere I need to play him.
Okay,
I wouldn't
fair
start
enough.
him with a gun to my fucking head telling me to start him. He sucks.
Yeah, Josh Kelly's kind of rough,
Yeah. But
That feels
could
like
be
a
had.
lot.
yeah.
Deontay Johnson says he's going to play in week 7 against the Rams when the Steelers return from their bye week. George Pickens is currently wide receiver 13 on the season.
Pretty good. It's pretty good.
Averaging 8 targets per game, which seems low.
Imagine if he had a better quarterback. Jesus.
Imagine, yeah, honestly.
Like, imagine
I
if
don't know
Kenny
what's going
Pickett
on.
had more time to throw even. I mean,
Yeah, that's really what it is, if we're being honest.
Najee Harris might be better than RB35. I think he's worse than that.
Dude, Najee
Like-
Harris cannot be helped at this point. I'm sorry. But
Yeah,
it's
it does feel like he goes out there every week, like in the locker room, he gets these big ass shoes on, fills them with cement and like rocks, and then ties them up and runs onto the field or
Oh.
jogs. Not even, maybe just stumbles. I don't know. He's like a penguin out there. It's fucking awful.
yeah, it's not good.
Najee, spare us, please.
Jalen Warren
Let's not get a Najee
truthers
punch.
unite.
Yeah. I will give you one little hint to the trade with Logan is he wanted like Jalen
It is
Warren, but
Logan, you
did not
motherfucker.
we
We
want-
knew
fucking knew
Of
it.
course it
I
is.
fucking
Of
knew it
course
was
it is.
Logan.
He didn't want Najee, but he really wanted Jalen Warren. He's like, I hate Najee Harris. I don't want him. He sucks. I'm like, damn.
You'd rather have you keep Najee Harris. That's bananas.
Yes,
to
it
me.
didn't. If I added Najee, it would have added almost no value to the trade.
That is hilarious.
A 2026 third has almost the same value as Najee Harris right now.
On
I'll
keep
give
trade
you a
cut?
26
Yes.
third for Najee.
You're kidding.
A 2026 third is about 32, whatever that means, and then Najee is around 36.
I'll give you a 2026
There's
third for Najee
no
Harris.
way.
I'm sure you would. It's pretty close.
I'll
It's
give
not
it to you.
far. Najee's below 4,000.
You can have your own third back.
Jake, this conversation isn't happening right now. I just want you to know that. That's not a possibility.
You're delusional.
I'm delusional.
You just said the
You're
values.
fucking gaslighting me. Stop.
You said the
Talk
values.
about gaslighting.
John, that's not right at all, by the way. A 2026 mid third is 1,426. Najee Harris is 3,855.
Put in a 2026 second. Maybe
I'll
that's
give
what
you
I was
two.
thinking.
I'll give you two of them.
Wow, thank
I'll
you.
give
That
you
almost
2/3.
equals half. Thanks.
Still not. It's
Okay,
1,000
then
points off.
Maybe Logan
You-
was gaslighting me then because he
Yeah,
said that. I
he
didn't check
might have been.
myself. Regardless, yeah, that's pretty much the big stories of the week. Definitely some big injuries, and also I think George Kittle's going to get fined over 10 grand because he had a T-shirt that said "fuck Dallas" on it.
That is like the lowest
Pretty
fine.
funny.
That's the lowest
I
fine that
love
they've dished
that.
out like all season, though. I
I would wear that
saw
every week.
so many higher fines for such smaller offenses.
Dude, who was it? Somebody got one for their entire game check.
Oh,
For like low, yeah, because they lowered a helmet.
oh, that's
Yeah,
not
they're-
okay.
I think
That's
it was
ridiculous.
Jalen Warren, actually.
Really, a running back?
Yeah,
Huh?
Weird.
I mean he's
Yeah, they're
but
cracking
'cause
down
he's-
on that shit.
He's making like not a lot of money for a running back in the league.
Mm. Well, yeah, he was an undrafted free agent. That ends up being really good. So,
That's it. Yeah, that's why.
anyways, why don't we move on to the matchup rewind?
Rewind.
Let's get that one more time. Did it play it?
It's not playing.
Matchup.
Whoa. Thanks, Peter. I miss Peter. Is Peter
That's
even
why-
in our league? I haven't seen him say one word this entire season.
Peter's been
That's a typical
radio
season.
silent.
He
Yeah,
has, dude. I hope he's okay. He's setting his lineup, right?
I think so.
He's 3-2. He's not doing bad.
I should check on him.
You got Jonathan Taylor and Cooper Cup back this week. Oh fuck.
I think he's feeling better now. Hopefully.
Oh no, he has Van Jefferson, who was on the Rams, and he also had Tito Atwell and Cooper Cup. Damn, imagine having all three.
Oof.
Anyway, he also is benching Kenneth Walker this week, but is starting as Samaje Perine.
Hey,
So,
can't doubt the master. I mean, he made it further in the playoffs than you did last year, right? So
that's true,
It's
Tyler.
all-
Thank
it's
you
all
for
skill.
reminding me.
Yep, it's all skill, John. No luck
Didn't
involved.
he win last year?
Yeah, he beat my ass in the championship
Yeah,
He
what a
certainly
fucking
beat your
moron.
by
ass. man.
less than
Sure.
a point. Less
We
than a
should
point.
we should let Peter host the podcast.
I should
Who the
be
fuck's
the
this John
Unabomber
guy?
because of how my fantasy seasons went last year. I just want everybody to know that, and I'm completely well adjusted.
I
and
want you to
totally
know
fine.
that the Unabomber would wholeheartedly hate everything we're doing right now.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
What in the
he
fuck?
would-
What the fuck does that mean? I don't know what. Am I just not cultured enough to know what that means?
Do you
The
not know
Unabomber?
who the
What do you-
Unabomber
hold on,
is?
hold on.
No, I know who. I
hold
think
on.
I know.
Tell us what you know about the Unabomber.
Didn't he like try to bomb the World Trade Centers or something?
Nope. Okay, let's move on.
Moving on.
Great. So no answers. Awesome.
We'll go over. It's not for this podcast.
It's not really a bot. I mean,
Those
okay.
Unabomber dudes?
This is not a
Jesus
history
Christ.
podcast.
I just wanted to hear live on air what you thought the Unabomber
Someone
was.
it's either that guy or is the guy in Atlanta that tried to like blow up that park or something.
That was the Olympics, and no.
I don't know. I don't know about
That was
every
the
bombing in
Olympics,
history,
actually, yeah.
for the love of God. But I do know about the bombing that happened this week when Jacoby Myers beat Jake on Monday Night Football. That was really fun. Get fucking fucked.
Oh shit!
Damn, bro. I had like a 10% chance of winning. And I had to
Damn.
bench Amari Cooper, obviously, because it was on bye.
It was never a 10% chance for winning.
It was absolutely.
I think it might have been.
I don't mean on sleeper. I mean in real life. It was all you were always gonna take this one, dude.
What? Oh, okay. I see what you're saying, because this is just how it goes every year,
Because-
baby. Except
And
you
in the
did beat me in
playoffs, you'll
contract
come
league.
in fourth.
Third, Jake. Third. I've beaten the fourth place curse. Although this team sucks. My team sucks this year, so I don't even know if I make the playoffs.
Your team is fucking
pretty
rough.
bad.
How are
I
you
actually
3-2?
I'm kind of happy with my team in general.
I'm not talking about your fucking team. I'm talking about my team, Jake.
Yeah, your team's doo-doo ass.
Yeah, it's bad. But I still found a way to beat you because Justin Jefferson got hurt and Brandon Ayuk didn't show up and Hunter Henry got a goose egg. So I'll take that,
Goose, Henry.
baby. But yeah, this matchup I beat Jake 102 to 98. So it really came down to Monday night where I needed Jacoby Myers to get 18 points and he got 20. So very happy with that. I was hardly watching the game. And when I saw he got a touchdown, I was like, no way.
I was watching, dude. I
We
was
got a chance.
probably paying more attention to your matchup than you were, to be honest.
Probably. Pretty solid week from Kirk Cousins. Raheem Mostert had a pretty okay week. I think he is about to blow up next week. When I play Tyler, he might be the only person that gives me a chance to beat Tyler next week. Because I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know who I'm gonna put in my RB2 slot because I have Miles
But
Sanders
Ramondre.
and Ramondre Stevenson, who combined for less than 4 points.
That's not the first time.
It's not. It quite literally isn't. They have
That's
sunk
insane.
Ramondre Stevens sunk my year last year, and he is seemingly doing it this year.
When your best players are Jacoby Myers and Sam Laporta, you know you did something wrong.
I fucked up. I should have kept Christian McCaffrey. I just really wanted
Hindsight, man.
Amon-Ra with the value. It's not always about the value, guys. I think that's what I've really come to realize is that like there's value, Jake, Justin Jefferson, but also Justin Jefferson is going the 101. Amon-Ra St. Brown, I could have gotten him in the third. I was like, I'll take the sixth. But getting a guaranteed Christian McCaffrey at the 110 would have been amazing. So yeah, I'll take the win, but I'm still not confident with this team. I like my wide receivers, but if Amon-Ra is hurt, then that does not help me win at all.
He practiced
So,
today.
he did practice.
Did he practice? Nice.
Yep.
So if CeeDee Lamb can pick it up, Amon-Ra can get it together. Sam Laporta keeps being the tight end 1, which is insane, and Raheem Mostert is good, then I have a chance any week. I'll say that.
Sam Laporta is probably going to fall off a little bit when Amon-Ra comes back.
I mean,
Tight end
dude.
week, but
he only had 4 targets and he had 2 touchdowns last week. That's insane. He's
Well,
the
that's
red
what
zone guy.
that's what I'm saying. Is well, he's really not because they did that crazy, like, fake jet sweep thing. The 49ers did it with George Kittle on Sunday Night Football.
Oh, so sick.
That wasn't really that was just like a trick play they did. So
Either way,
I don't know.
mean,
I temper
they're using
expectations
him.
a little bit, but they've been using him a lot. Don't get
Yeah.
me wrong.
He's the
Yeah.
tight end 1.
Tight end 1. That's insane. Yeah, Jake, how did you feel about your team this week? Like what stood out to you, and what would you hope change next week? You're 2-3.
Can I
in this
just
league.
sorry, I want to jump in really quick and give Jake some props for starting Brock Purdy against Dallas.
Yeah,
when-
baby.
Who
4
did you have?
touchdowns.
Who's your other quarterback?
Isn't it Herbert?
Herbert. He was.
Oh, he's on bye. Yeah.
you do have Eckler.
Or
in the
actually, no.
fucking league.
It's Joe Burrow.
Oh, it's Burrow. So
Yeah.
yeah, Burrow, Arizona. You plugged in Brock Purdy at Dallas, or not at Dallas. I'm sorry, against Dallas, and
Yeah,
Brock
yeah.
Purdy came out ahead still. I think that's a ballsy call. I really like that. That was
Yeah.
sick.
Well, my thought was they're gonna have to sling it against Dallas.
Yeah,
I
fair
didn't
enough.
realize it would be because of this, but like I was like, they're gonna have to sling it against Dallas. Brock Purdy's like really great. Joe Burrow, I could see the way things have been going. Like, just came off a tough Tennessee game. It's expected he's gonna do well here, and I could have just seen him bombing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been upset about either start, and that feels good. But yeah, called my shot on Purdy and felt great about it. Honestly, I feel like Hunter Henry really fucked me here. If Hunter Henry had literally any game, like if he had if he got 5 points, I win.
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump ahead here. He is my dud of the week. Fuck Hunter Henry.
Damn.
This guy right here. Fuck him.
Yeah,
God damn.
fuck
Yeah.
Hunter Henry.
Tell him how you really feel.
Fuck you, Hunter Henry.
Still the number
Yeah.
10 tight end on the
He's
year.
still like not bad.
Yeah,
His
like,
first 2 weeks were really great. And then I
Yeah.
don't know what the
it was
fuck
really
happened to New
brutal.
England.
And the thing is, I wouldn't have not started him because he's looked awesome. It's just New England sucks ass right now.
Yeah.
Womp.
They have put up.
He had
3
2 targets. He had two targets.
Yeah.
0 catches. Yeah.
Ass,
Yeah.
dude.
New England is
Watching New
they
England
quite literally haven't been this bad in 20 years. This is the
Oh,
worst
yeah.
2 losses they've had in 20 years. So what, does that
What was
tell
the
you?
stat? Tom Brady's thrown 3 career pick sixes in New
I
England.
think it was like 4 or
And
5. But yeah, and Mac Jones has the
done it.
same in his
Yeah.
career already.
Horrible.
Oh.
Horrible.
It's brutal.
Oh.
It's brutal. These games we're going to go to the rest of the season going to be
It's
It'll be
hard to
tough.
find a QB in the NFL. I think that's what we've learned over the
I
last
think
year here. Unless
this
it's
is
the Packers, apparently.
maybe matchups is not the
yeah,
place to
because
talk
they let
about
him
this,
develop.
Right.
it's not Mac Jones' fault. It's a systematic failure of the entire team is what
Yeah.
we're seeing right now.
I mean, the weapons
Yeah.
are terrible. I can't believe they let Jacoby Myers go just to get Juju Smith-Schuster.
I think
Again, the
Jacoby
same amount of
Myers
money.
didn't want to re-sign. I got to be honest with you. I think he just didn't want to be there.
Tough to say. I don't know.
Didn't
but
he tweet about it though? Didn't Jacoby Myers like trying to throw shade at the Patriots after they signed Juju and let him go? I thought that
might have.
initially he
I don't
wanted
know.
to sign, but
Well, I know Bill Belichick was asked about it this week, and he said, what? Of course, he was a priority. It's Jacoby Myers. But free agency is free agency. That's literally what he said.
oh, that's such a bad answer. Oh my god, what's new?
Yeah.
It's not an
Yeah.
answer at all.
It's a Bill
just
Belichick
how we
answer,
fucked up.
but
Terrible.
I take that as like, hey, we tried, man. But
Yeah. Well, yeah. So that's the matchup, Jake. Tough one, but again, regular season. That's how it goes with me and you until the playoffs, when it will inevitably be different.
such a brutal one, dude. If Jacoby Myers literally worthless, if there were just a few of those that he didn't get,
Yeah, they were going to him because they were doubling Devontae the whole night. I mean, that's
they
really
weren't
what
even
happened.
doubling; they just weren't throwing it to him.
Not until the third, almost the middle of third
crazy.
quarter. So,
It's bullshit.
all right, Tyler, you took on our boy, Dr. Logan, this week. 5-0, Dr. Logan.
yep.
4-0 before facing you.
Yeah, he started Josh Dobbs. So I was like, okay, there's a chance. And then Jamar Chase played football. And I was like, all right, that was a good week.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Jamar Chase
Did he
just
not start?
ruined my week. He pulled his flex because
Oh.
he was ahead by like 60. And
Why would he pull it?
actually, he pulled it because it was Aaron Jones, and he doesn't have AJ Dillon. So
Oh, he had nobody.
Aaron
else to
Jones
start
was just
anyway.
out anyways, so he was like, whatever. I only needed Christian Watson for like 43 more points, and I would have pulled it out.
You know what? He had some insane games last year. Did he?
He
In
has
2022,
been, yeah. At the end of 2022, he
he had
had
the 32-point
he
game.
was up there. Yeah, 3 touchdowns. It could have happened. It
Yeah.
absolutely did not, though. So, no, I regrettably had to start Gus Edwards, and then I saw Justice Hill run that touchdown in against the Steelers, and I was pissed.
Yeah.
Thoroughly pissed. Pickens blew up on my bench, but it wouldn't have mattered. It really wouldn't have mattered either way. So that makes me feel a lot better. But my Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown stack did okay. Kelsey looked okay, even though he fell down. Non-contact injury scared the shit out of me. I thought that was my year. But I had a decent lineup. I mean, I would have kicked your guys' ass.
Yeah.
No problem.
It was
It's
Jamar
just-
Chase. I mean, that's really what
Jamar
it came down
Chase
to.
just blew me up. Yeah, and Brees
Yeah.
Hall. Brees Hall had a crazy day.
133 is enough to win most weeks. So
So I've had some rough luck, but I think I have faith in my team. Maybe one more trade here for a good running back, and I feel okay.
Yeah. So right now it stands Logan at 5-0, Brad 4-1, Dane up there. He's coming. He's making a comeback this year. He's got a pretty good team at 3-2.
dude, once again, Allie.
Very good team actually.
Allie's gonna sneak into the fucking playoffs.
2
She's
and
not
3.
gonna
Allie.
sneak, dude. She's not gonna sneak. She has Stephon Diggs and Tyreek Hill. That's not
Yeah,
sneaking.
she's in 6th.
She has Swift and Pierce too. Those are bold and fucking DK Metcalf.
That team
Like,
is disgusting.
better than my team. She's better than my team. What the fuck is
Yeah.
going on? And there's Peter just hanging out. Hasn't made a roster move all
Peter's
season.
big chilling. Peter might just blow us all out moving forward with Cooper Kupp and Jonathan Taylor. So we'll see how that goes.
That's true. Yeah, it is ass that he's 3-2.
Yeah.
The fact that I'm 2-3 with Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, Jalen Waddle, Travis Kelsey,
It's all
David
dude, I'm
Montgomery,
telling ya.
it's all matchups. So
Fantasy
we're gonna see here in
football's
another
all
couple
luck.
weeks.
Look at Allie's points for 646. She's number 3 in the league.
Yeah. What am
Like,
I?
she
I
has
can't
a-
see.
Allie, well, it's there, but I can make it
where's
full.
Jake,
full-
Jake,
full-
you're 583.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's not great.
You're
Not fantastic, but
better than me.
points against are pretty high too. Oh no, they're not. Just kidding.
I have the lowest points for by far in the top 4.
And then Logan has the most points for by like 100.
Yeah.
It's not even close.
Yeah, Logan's got a crazy team this year.
Unsurprisingly.
Anyway, let's move on to the Dynasty League here, where John is pretty much going to start tanking. But I played Logan this week. Didn't go that well.
Really weird.
Yeah, it's
With
crazy.
Miles Sanders everywhere. I don't know
gotta
how you're
love
not more
having-
successful.
You would think, since he's clearly going to be the bell cow back. Like I said, he's going to get passing work. He had 0 for 1 reception,
He-
fumble
he
loss,
has so
32 yards.
Rushing attempts, John. Like
He did
not
until
even
this week.
Not even Chuba Hubbard has surpassed him like the last 3 weeks.
It's brutal.
Uh-oh.
It's brutal. I believed in Miles Sanders. I traded away David Montgomery for him, and I played David Montgomery this week, and he was the difference. So,
Whew.
and then some a little bit, but he was pretty much the difference in this
Right.
matchup.
Live and learn.
Yeah, of course. You're not going to make every right decision. I've made several wrong decisions, and that started when I drafted Kyle Pitts. So,
And Najee Harris.
Najee Harris in the 2nd and 3rd round of 2021. Good job, John. But yeah, Bijan had a kind of a down week. If he hadn't gotten that really insane kind of run play where he put the ball behind his back and went in the end zone,
That was
wouldn't
crazy.
I wouldn't have even scored 100 points. So,
Oof.
the bright spot, Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown, good stack. AJ Brown had 18 points without even getting in the end zone, which was nice. And something I do want to mention, I traded with you guys in a 3-way trade. We had a 3-way. I got
Yep.
Zach
Hell
Ertz and
yeah.
Logan Thomas.
Hell
right?
yeah.
Yummy. Zach Ertz and Logan Thomas. Zach Ertz got 9 points. Logan Thomas
say
had-
it like that.
Yeah, I did
All right,
hate
yeah.
that.
That's okay. That's why I said it. Look at Kyle Pitts this week, guys. 11 targets.
Damn. Wow.
11 targets.
Look at that.
Come on, right?
He's
11
going straight
targets.
back down to 3 next week.
Maybe 7 receptions, 87 yards, 15 points.
Have you seen the footage of him coming out of his breaks, John?
Don't want to talk about it.
What
Okay.
is it? Is it bad?
It's
bad. He
really,
just falls over.
really, really, really bad.
But
It looks like if I was out there running routes.
Tyler, give him a little bit more credit.
I don't know if I can, Jake.
I
I'm
want to
serious.
see you run a route. I want to see you run a route.
It's decent. It would be decent.
Are
I
you
would fake
fucking
it.
Kidding me?
Tyler,
I would fake it.
How would you fake what?
we got to get a camera out there and let Tyler run some routes.
I want to see you run like a button hook. That's what I want to see you do.
I don't even know what
up
that
and then-
is, but teach me, and I'll probably run it better than how Kyle Pitts looked on film.
All right, we'll put it side by side. We're
'Cause
gonna
it was-
have you do
it was
the same routes
bad.
he ran.
It was like you go up to the top of the route and you just kind of stop and just turn to the left and fall over. That
That's
was
pretty
like
much what a button hook is, actually.
5 or it
I
was
feel like
five or 6 clips. It
The
was
next
rough.
time we get together, we could do it soon. We
could do
gotta
it literally
we gotta
this.
run some
I'll-
routes.
I
and see who-
gotta start training, dude. I'll
We gotta-
fucking blow my ACL out
we
in
gotta
my parents'
see. I have
backyard.
cleats. We gotta see who
I
can
have
run the
cleats.
best routes. I
Are
feel
they
like
for kickball or a chorus
they are
class?
for click.
Dude, I was blowing up John when we were playing football in the park. I don't know if
That
you
is
guys
not
remember that.
fucking.
Yeah, you
what?
had a way
That is
better
blowing
absolutely
me up?
true. Yeah, I was
No
blowing
way.
you up, bro.
Wait,
You're
I
playing
have
defense on me.
I have a proposal.
Okay.
So you have a
think it'd
big
be-
family party, right? You got a party.
Yeah.
This weekend. You ever seen Meet the Parents?
No.
Okay.
maybe.
Well, there's a scene where they have a really overly aggressive touch football game with the family. I think we should do.
No, you're thinking about Wedding Crashers.
You know what? You're right. I think it's
Yeah.
also it is Wedding Crashers. Thank you, Jake, for the clarification.
Yeah.
2005 Wedding Crashers.
Come on, those movie dudes. What the fuck?
Hey, I'm in
Damn.
those fantasy dudes circle right now. Come on.
Yeah. Okay.
The knowledge doesn't transfer over on the other podcast.
He just flips the switch off when he comes onto this podcast. Give him a break.
I just have notes of every film ever right here. I'm like, oh, so it was actually Wedding Crashers. Oh, okay. No, I think a touch football game could be fun.
That'd be pretty fun.
We
I'll
do
be
a
all for it.
schoolyard pick, and like we don't even get picked.
I think we should just make everybody throw the ball as far as they can.
Done.
That was a lot of fun.
Who's going to be
That
the
was
ball
fun.
retriever? Jake?
I will have my brother do it.
Okay. Cool.
Evan, get out there and get the fucking ball. It's my engagement party.
Okay.
This isn't the first time. What about
Put
what about
Gabby on him? Actually, Gabby would be way meaner than you.
Oh, 100%. She's just mean by nature at work.
Get the fucking ball, Evan.
Yeah, fuck you, ball.
what about you, Jake? How was your matchup this past week? You played
Well, I
your boy
won.
Connor.
Yeah, I won.
Yeah, you did.
So there's that, but it
No.
wasn't like a.
It wasn't a victory though.
It wasn't great. It was a little bit scary.
Almost barely beat me. Yeah.
I started Jonathan Taylor because as soon as I signed him, I was like, "Oh, we're so back. We're so back."
we out here.
Jonathan Taylor not back.
4
Didn't
points.
Love that.
We out here.
Didn't love that. One reception for 16 yards though. Did love
Hey.
that.
Okay.
Jefferson got hurt. Scary. Ingram only 6.8 points. Would have loved to have started either Waller or Kittle. Made the worst start I could.
You do that every week. Every week you seem to have started the wrong tight end, but you have great tight ends, so it's kind
Is
of
that
hard to
true?
make that. No, last week the same thing happened. I remember it on the pod, dude.
I started Ingram and got 11, 13, and 12 for the last 3 weeks. I'm fine with that for my tight
You
end.
started Ingram at 12, but last week, what did the other guy get? Maybe it was the week before.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
Kittle with a point the week before. My lord.
I'm fine. I'm fine with my start. We don't need to go through this. I'm fine with
Okay.
my start, but I
feel like you're wrong, but it's fine.
I did not do well this week. He did get 8 targets, which I do love, and that's why I keep starting him because like 8 targets will materialize at some point.
Yeah.
And it has been for the last couple weeks. Ridley and Thielen, man.
what
What
hell?
the fuck happened with Adam Thielen, dude?
I-
What's going
I
on?
fucking
I
love
guess
it. I
he's
told
shot-
you. I told you, motherfuckers. You guys called
What?
him dust.
He was dust. He still is.
Why are they just giving Adam Thielen 13 targets
Dude,
a game though?
The
I don't understand.
The last 4 games, 9, 14, 8, 13.
Why? I like
Amazing.
Adam Thielen. I'm not anti Adam Thielen, but
He's been the wide
why is
receiver
this the
3
game
and
script?
4
I don't get
in
it.
Yeah, that's
He's
amazing.
the wide receiver 10 on the season.
He's the wide receiver 10.
What the
at
fuck? Are you
33.
fucking kidding me? I don't understand, dude. Jake
He's
offered
on-
me. What did you offer me? The entire wide receiver core for the Panthers for what? I can't remember what it was.
Dude, it was I don't know, Kyle Pitts.
Probably.
he's had
Probably should've
2
taken that.
games plus 100 yards. My man is averaging like 8 yards a target too.
Yeah. He's doing probably better than he did in Minnesota the last year or two. Last
I
year he
think
wasn't good.
I think he's off to a better start this year than he was last year. I really think he did.
Yeah.
He had 100. What is that? 145 games or 145. 11 catches, 145 yards in the touchdown against Seattle a couple weeks ago. 31 points.
Insane. Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
what is going
he's-
on?
he's
He's
an
like your
animal.
best wide receiver right now.
Dude, I mean, yeah, he really
33
couldn't have
years
come
old.
at a better time for, Jefferson getting hurt. And also on my bench, DeAndre Hopkins finally is DeAndre Hopkins again.
I forgot you even
Well-
had him. That is so annoying.
They just kind of
Yeah.
like have been abusing DeAndre Hopkins a little bit, especially against Indy, because they just couldn't stop it. Their secondary
Yeah.
is just like cooked, and they just couldn't stop it.
I mean,
All
that's
they did was
amazing.
throw the ball to because he's the
That's
only guy
amazing.
that can get open.
Yeah, he's so good at football.
He looks like young DeAndre Hopkins. He was making some of those catches that it's like his hands are just glue, and you're like, wow, he made that look like a video game.
His hands are glue, and he's like 45 degrees with his toes somehow in bounds.
It's
like
freaking
those type
crazy.
of catches.
He at least last week looked like DeAndre Hopkins of old.
2 years younger than Adam Thielen, by the way.
Yeah.
But anyway, tough matchup. Jared Goff really scared me. Put up 27 points against me. So
yep.
Yeah, that's spooky.
Connor has a great team too. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
He does have a good team. I could have lost this game easily.
Tony
Easily
Pollard
could've
has
lost
a
this
regular game against San Francisco.
Hawkinson's ceiling's
yeah.
way higher than 10 points. And I mean, Brian.
He had Ramondre too for 2 points.
Yep.
Start anybody there. That's yeah.
Yep. I mean, he could, if he had started Addison, which you would never know, or Flowers, like this game would have gone completely different. Like,
I'm starting Addison and Flowers over Ramondre rest of season without question.
Yeah,
100%. Plug him in.
It's tough because one of them wasn't in there. I can't remember if it was Ramondre Stevenson. I was at a wedding with Connor this weekend, and I was like, "Hey, dude, your flex is still open." He's like, "It's part of the plan," and I was like,
"It's part of the
and he was like,
"I
don't know, I'm certain."
Ramondre was questionable until like Saturday, so I mean, maybe
did not love this win this week, but a win's a win. Still undefeated, still happy.
Cool. Tyler, you played our boy Austin, and goddamn, was that a nail biter, huh?
Speaking of a win is a win, dude. I squeaked out a win against Austin, 134 to 132. I wanted to cry during Monday Night Football, but my guy Josh Jacobs was there for me.
True.
And AJ Dillon, which AJ Dillon pissed me off this year. I'm not gonna lie. I have Aaron Jones and I have AJ Dillon for this very reason, and he has let me down tremendously the last couple times I've had to plug him in.
You traded me for him.
I did. I was like, I love AJ Dillon. I do. He's super talented, and just hasn't been there. Oh yeah, of course I do. How can you not?
Imagine having that many, like the quads that large, and still barely getting 4 yards per carry.
Aaron Jones is not in the building, and your snap percentage is 64%. Now, part of that is down to the fact that Green Bay has not been playing from ahead at all. They've always been playing from behind, so I get it. But AJ Dillon showed up. Josh Jacobs showed up. I'll tell you who really showed up, though, is Travis Etienne against Buffalo. The fact that, okay, so this is good. This bothers me a little bit that nobody took this into account this week. I say nobody. Some people probably did. But people didn't make a bigger deal about the fact that Jacksonville stayed in London all week. They had already been there for an entire week. Buffalo flew in on Friday. Tell me how that makes any sense. Whoever's playing in London this week, I think it was
Jacksonville should just be there forever.
Shoot, I forgot. But whoever was playing there, this weekend on Sunday, it's Wednesday now, they flew in yesterday on Tuesday. That's what you're supposed to do as a conditioning department, to get your guys ready for the week and to practice. So the fact that Jacksonville was already there the week prior, played a game, and was there an entire week, beat the shit out of Atlanta, stayed another entire week in London. When Buffalo had just gotten in on Friday, I'm like, that is a humongous advantage. And they play in London all the time. So I felt really good about starting ETN, but not to this degree. Like, my man popped off.
Yeah, that's a great game.
And also,
fantastic game.
That defense kind of has Josh Allen's number with the other Josh Allen. Like, they beat Buffalo last year as well, I think.
I think they might have. And
it was either last year or the year before.
I got to give them credit because that defense has been showing up really good. But again, I think a huge percentage of that boiled down to the fact that Buffalo is not ready to play football in London. They just straight up were not ready.
Yeah, it's Jacksonville's like home away from home. It really is. I wouldn't say that they have a crowd advantage, but they are certainly used to playing there better than any other team in the NFL. So
yeah, no, certainly. And no, Austin had a fantastic week. I've probably said this a million times. I think we all have, but Austin's team had so much potential going into this year. I was really scared of this team. He had Justin Fields, Breece Hall, Javonte Williams.
I mean, this is the kind of week you expected from his team. It's even a little bit more so.
It is. Yeah, Drake London, Cole Kmet. Like,
Yeah.
these are guys who just have not shown up at all. And then, lo and behold, as soon as I play him, Justin Fields blows up. Breece Hall blows up this week. So between those two guys, he had 60 points. And he made me earn this one. But
Yeah, if he plays anybody else at flex, you're fucked.
yeah,
Or at
straight up.
wide receiver there instead of Reed.
Yeah, so my sweat of Josh Jacobs and AJ Dillon having to get whatever it was, like 32 points between the two of them was unholy. I was like, I cannot lose this game. I can't.
That might be Desmond Ritter's best game ever. Like,
yeah, it might have been.
he had 37 attempts. He's actually had a lot of attempts this year, but it hasn't manifested into anything. 32, 38.
A lot is relative for Atlanta. That's the thing. That's what you would count on any week from any normal quarterback.
Also, look at Green Bay, okay defense, Detroit, Jacksonville, Houston, all three of them. These three very solid defenses.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess that makes sense, but God, his completion percentage is not great.
No, but if you're Austin and it's Justin Fields or Desmond Ridder, just Justin Fields every week. Not even close for me.
Yeah. Oh, and this is nice. Kendre Miller, healthy Kendre Miller, even with Alvin Kamara, still 12 carries, 37 yards.
Well,
and he's getting
because they were beating the piss and shit out of the Patriots.
Yeah.
Not because Kendre Miller is great at football and has a great target share or like snap percentage. It's because they just didn't care anymore. So
I just like to see him doing something, but that's good, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, so that's gonna do it for matchup rewind, everybody. Why don't we get into the you know that thing.
Dudes and duds of the week.
Yeah, dudes and duds of the week. Yeah, dudes and duds of the week, everybody. This is the segment where we're gonna talk about our best player of the week and the player of the week that really fucking screwed us. Jake kind of already mentioned his.
Yeah, I mean, mine are easy. It's Adam Thielen, baby, and Hunter Henry.
Adam Thielen. Yeah, I mean, came out of nowhere.
27 points. Hunter Henry is an obvious one to me because if Hunter Henry has a normal game, I don't lose to you.
Yeah.
It's very rare you can pinpoint specifically the player that fucked you. And I could this week.
Yeah. Hunter Henry is brutal. I can certainly also pinpoint the player that helped me beat you and was pretty much the sole reason why I beat you. And was Jacoby Myers. I think this will be the one and only week I ever choose him as my dude of the week. But I just love to see this man playing football. He basically just runs slant routes and gets catches. That's pretty much Jacoby Myers. And he has the same he has the dreads like Devontae. So I'm like, is that Devontae? Nope. That's Jacoby Myers.
I saw a tweet and it was my favorite tweet. It was like, there's nothing better than like Jimmy G throwing the ball and like that anticipation when they're getting up from the ground of, is that Myers or Adams?
Yeah. Because it's
is that my guy or is it the wrong one?
Yeah. And I whenever I was
the same,
that wasn't Devontae Adams. That's my guy.
It's the smoked out visor. I think Devontae Adams has that. That's the only thing that gives it away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was nice. Dud of the week, Miles fucking Sanders. Jesus Christ, dude. What the fuck?
Dud of the season, bro.
Dud of the season, brother. Miles Sanders
sucks, dude. I don't know what's going on.
It's the situation. I don't think Miles Sanders is quite that bad. It's the situation. It really is.
Yeah, the offensive line isn't great. It was better last year, and that's why Deontay Foreman was able to get a job in Chicago. It's so disappointing because he's had okay weeks, but that was because of the passing work, and he got none this week at one target. So, when he doesn't get the passing work, he's not good for fantasy. So yeah, he's my dud. I was lucky to beat Jake, and if he had a better week, my running backs, I'm gonna give it to Ramondre Stevenson too. I mean, what the fuck? Just the Patriots and the Panthers were bad teams to bet on this year for fantasy running backs.
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tyler?
Big time, brother. Due to the week, absolutely, unequivocally, Travis Etienne. Maybe his best game to date. I'm not sure on that.
I can fact check that for you. I mean, it's possible.
He just had an absolute monster week, like I said, against the Bills. Well deserved. Again, I don't want to take away any credit from the Jaguars. because of how underprepared in my opinion, the Bills were. But no, 136 yards on the ground. Is that right? I gotta flip back and help me out.
Yeah, 136 yards,
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, and 4 receptions for 48. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to see
Just-
if that was his best game ever. It looks like it was, yeah, because he missed 2021, obviously.
Yeah. And
Yeah, it's
2022, he was kind of middle of the road. So
Best
no,
game
it's a
ever.
career game for him.
Yeah.
Not even in the United States. Hopefully that's not a precursor or a hint of what's to come.
Yeah, you get two games a year there, so it could be worse.
I'll take it. So no, Travis Etienne for sure. He's looking great. Love the Jaguars, especially for fantasy.
Who's the dud?
My dud. This is so unfortunate, but I wouldn't have needed to rely on Travis Etienne as much as I did if CeeDee Lamb had a better game. And I cannot place the blame on CeeDee Lamb. The blame is squarely on Dak Prescott.
Dude, he threw 3 interceptions like in the middle. Like
he looked horrible.
the
And you know,
fuck?
I knew
Yeah.
it was coming. I knew it was coming. Dak Prescott, I think, has been just completely inconsistent throughout his entire career. Not even just this year, but just the way that he plays, and I think the way that he's coached is so confusing. And I don't know how they're able to sustain anything in Dallas.
You know, the major problem though is the fact that they lost their offensive coordinator, and Mike McCarthy was like, "Hey, man, I'm gonna call the plays now." That's literally
That
what happened.
is maybe the worst thing that they could have ever done.
Yeah,
Mike
They had a-
McCarthy, I think, pretty good head coach. I wouldn't mind having him as a head coach if I was a fan of whatever team, but don't let that man call the plays. What are we doing?
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
let's not ignore the defense they played. Like Dak is not great, but
I'm not taking that away from them.
San
Again,
Francisco is
Fred Warner is
arguably
the scariest man
defense right now.
in football right now, maybe because he can just play every position.
Did you see who was he chasing down, dude? He was running stride to stride with
Brandon
Cooks.
Brandon Cooks. This man stride for stride.
He
had
was
like
not getting
he has like
I mean,
50 pounds on Brandon
Brandon
Cooks.
Cooks was beating him, but he was not getting torched, which is
No.
crazy because Brandon Cooks is fast. Like Brandon Cooks isn't even like a big bodied receiver. Like he's fast.
There is
I'd love
a
to hear this
highlight.
talk about Brandon Cooks. This is
You
great.
need to watch Fred Warner if
Shut
you
the
are
fuck up.
if you are uninformed.
Wow.
Cooks is cooked, bro. I'm
He's
sorry.
dope. What are you talking about? He's
No,
top 100.
Fred
He's on the
Warner.
season, dude.
Fred Warner is that defense. Is the identity of San Francisco.
Wide receiver
And-
99.
Yeah, get out of here, Sean. Get
What's
outta here.
what's our water bet? What's our water bet?
That
Top
he's the
20?
wide receiver 2.
Bro, I have more catches than Brandon Cooks this year, for God's
Yeah.
sakes.
Wide
Tyler, stop
receiver
saying that you're
20
better
is
than
what he-
NFL athletes. That's not true. You're
It
not.
could
We've
be. You
proven
just
this.
don't know.
Okay, to be fair, we've proven that you are not as good as the Pro Bowl quarterbacks. There's other things.
Okay.
You can prove.
Okay, if we want to get into this, John, if anybody with eyes has watched the skills challenge that they do in the Pro Bowl, where quarterbacks throw it to the corner of the end zone,
We've already
you will
proven
know
can't do
that the
it.
target in the corner of the end zone is humongous. It's like probably 6 or 7 feet across. That turned
about as big
so
as Jake's
I
ego.
said I could probably do that. That turned into I have to hit Jake like without him moving, basically in the hands from the same
You
distance.
did not have to hit me in the hands. You had to hit
to
within
be
my
able to
catch
catch it.
radius.
Your catch radius is not 7 feet. That's all
My
I'm
catch
saying.
radius is 6. I'm 6.5 feet tall. My catch radius is 6 feet.
Brother,
If anything, it was like maybe
a
maybe
circular
2
target.
feet, maybe
Yeah.
2 feet smaller overall in terms of like the circumference. of the target.
We have to find out this information and set this up. I can't hear Tyler talk shit about this anymore.
Just put a trampoline out there. Put a trampoline.
It's not a trampoline.
35 yards. It's
the trampoline is like 10 to 12 feet wide.
I refuse.
We can look up the stats. I will call the NFL and figure out, hey, how big are those? We have a friend. He thinks he can be an NFL athlete in the future. Like, I'm not gonna tell
Is
you.
he stupid?
He wants to
There's-
try
there
out.
has to
Is
be
there
out
any open
there.
tryouts, by the
Oh
way?
my god.
And there's enough dudes that talk shit like this that there has to be some sort of something that we can run Tyler through.
Honestly, have you guys ever seen the movie
Like an
Invincible?
adventure room almost, like
Yeah.
one-
Yeah.
There's got to be. Remember when the Eagles had open tryouts and like Mark Wahlberg tried out and got on the team? I feel like the Patriots are almost to the point where they need to do that. So maybe Tyler could try out for the Patriots.
John, just for I'm sorry to alienate our audio listeners. I just sent a YouTube link. At that timestamp, you can clearly see the targets in the corners of the end zone, you cannot tell me that that is the same size as Jake. There's 0%. Absolutely 0%.
I'm gonna pull this up. Hold on.
Jake,
Also,
I think you're muted, by the way.
I'm gonna go ahead and share this because this is important, obviously.
This is extremely important. I will not take the slander.
That's Brandon Cooks again. Hold on a second. This is really important. This is part of the podcast. Add to stage. Here we go. So this is the passing skills competition. Let's see if we can show.
It was right there. I had it.
Tyler, it doesn't count if you have to hit it in the center of that.
Look how big
Yeah,
it is.
You see how huge it is, Jake? There's a guy standing next to it. That thing is humongous.
All right, I need you to pause it where we can see the guy standing next to it. Tyler, that
Are you
four,
joking?
that
It's
four
huge.
is about my wingspan.
No way, Jake.
No,
Okay,
it's
listen.
not. It's not even
The
close.
4? Are you kidding me? The 4 is.
The
That's
4.
where
Okay,
you have to
it
hit
has to hit the 4, Tyler. The
It has to
outside
hit
is
the
just
4.
the border. You can't hit the border and it doesn't count if you hit the border.
Fuck
The
me.
border
I guess.
doesn't count. You
Whatever.
have to hit the number. Tyler, I so stand by this.
Even if it was just the 4, that's not your catch radius. I'm sorry, but it's
That
not.
is that you're telling me that
Nah.
is wider than 6 feet. You think that the green area
Your
on there?
arms are not 6 feet across.
Yes,
Arm,
they
like
are.
hand
I
to
will
hand.
measure them. Do
Do
you
you
need
have a-
me
do
to
you
get
have
my
a-
tape measure right
Do you have
now?
it in your basement? If only you had your tools.
I have it
dude.
right here. I have my tools.
All right. I'm better than Kirk Cousins, so it's fine. Kirk Cousins is in this video. No,
You
I
didn't
think
have, you
did
didn't
he
have
actually
Justin
have
Jefferson
a
as a receiver. You had.
did he
fucking
have a
Jake, so
decent did he have a decent
let's-
Yeah, I
let's
think
watch
he did
Kirk Cousins.
okay.
He's also
14
throwing
points?
from the 40-yard line. So this is a 50-yard throw into the
Yeah.
back of the corner.
Isn't
of
that
the
what we measured
50
out? I thought we
yards.
measured like 45.
Look at him.
Oh,
Launched
God,
it.
the quality is terrible on this.
Is it?
It's
Okay,
like
it looks
super
perfectly fine
buffering for me.
but-
That's funny.
Oh, here's Tyler Huntley. Yeah, because he's a.
Oh,
Pro
that's
Bowler.
right. Yeah, he was Pro Bowler that year. All right.
Anyways, keep
I'll
going.
concede.
Tyler,
We don't.
Tyler's
This
not
doesn't
an
need
NFL
more airtime. I'm sorry.
Is Jake really
but-
getting his tape measure? He's measuring his wingspan right now.
He is.
I love that we can never see what he's doing when he gets up because he chooses to have a background of me as a child.
Also, I don't think that was 6 feet across. That was like 10 feet across. Seriously.
No. There's no
There was the green
maybe.
4, and then there's the orange, and then like the thick orange is
But
not.
you saw
part
the
of
guy next to
target.
him. In comparison, that's not the guy's not the size of Jake, but like he's probably the size of me, and I definitely don't have a 6-foot wingspan.
Point being, I threw it like at Jake's feet, slightly over his head. It's.
There was also a
I'll
tree
never-
that got in the way.
I'll never get the credit.
Were
It's
you wearing
okay.
a sweater before?
I
I
think he
can't
was.
find my tape measure.
Were you
But-
wearing a sweater before?
So I'm the goat, is what you're saying.
I did find my level, which has a measuring tool on it, and my arm alone, my left arm, is 2.5 feet long.
Okay, so you're like right at 6 feet, probably
How wide is your head?
across the chest and
how
everything.
wide's your
I
face?
don't know, brother. I mean, that's right here. Tyler,
It's pretty fucking.
I don't
close.
know, dog.
I'm
He might be
6'4".
spot on.
But here's the other
have a
thing.
6-foot
Here's the
wingspan.
other thing. If you're standing straight up and you reach your arm down, it doesn't go to your foot, right? You saw how big it's a circle. It's not just left and
I'm-
right.
Guys,
I'm buying fucking plywood and bringing it to your house, and we're doing
Build
it.
me a target and I will dime it. I promise you.
I'm gonna go ballistic.
I love this so much.
I fucking hate this.
I love this. This is so funny.
God.
All right,
It's
why
easy,
don't-
Jake. Come
let's-
on.
One
Let's
out of
get
your
on-
10 were even close. Oh my god.
Let's get on to the real segment here. The real, more important segment because we're all tied right now. It is time for survival football.
Survival football.
Oh, all right. So week 5 in the books, everybody. Week 5 in the books.
I have no idea who I picked. Every week it's a surprise.
I always forget.
I'm gonna let you guys know in just a moment here. This is what we had. Tyler went with the Lions, Jake went with the Colts, and John with the ballsy pick of the Jets. The Grim Reaper.
Against Denver.
Yeah, again,
Let's
ball
still-
game.
Hey, come
Let's
on, give me some
go.
credit, man. Come on, in Denver.
Yeah,
Zach Wilson.
I picked the Jets against the worst defense.
Fuck off. Fuck off. Denver was
that-
good like 3 years
It's
ago.
not a chalk pick, though. I agree.
No, it's not.
That's a
It's not like
chalk
Jake's pick.
If
of the
there
fucking
ever was
What?
a
The
chalk pick
Jets
for
are
the-
never a chalk
the
pick this year.
Jets,
No.
yeah, with that defense versus Russell Wilson of all
They
people.
don't
I
have
don't
an
care.
offense. They have
I don't
to-
care if it's the Carolina Panthers. The
And
Jets are
we
never a
found
chalk
out-
pick. That's
we
the point.
found out before he made the selection that Brees Hall was off a snap count.
It
Nah.
didn't happen in the game. That's for damn sure. Off his snap
what
count.
didn't happen in the game?
Oh, I thought you said he was on a snap count.
No, he's
Maybe
off
not.
a snap count. We
he's
found
not
out
on
he
a
was
snap
off a snap count before this.
Well, we're all tied, guys. We're all tied. Everybody has one incorrect guess. I have the best streak right now. So how does that make you feel?
Who gives a shit?
Okay.
I
Fair
care.
enough.
Yeah.
But week 6 matchups. Let's see what we got here. Survival football.
I already
Few
got
teams
mine.
on bye.
I hate
What
to
do we
say
got?
it.
I think you're gonna take mine.
Don't you dare bet against the Patriots.
Oh, we're all thinking it.
Tyler, you would
No.
never. Please don't do
No,
that.
that's not something
Okay.
I would do. Never.
All right. That's
I
there's a first
purposely
there.
I purposefully avoid the Patriots. I really do.
I do as well, unfortunately.
No, but this is a team that is in the Patriots division. If that gives you a
boy.
hint.
Oh boy.
And that doesn't even really narrow it down because they're all playing at home. The rest of the division.
Picking the Jets?
Sure shit not picking the Jets at home against the Eagles. I'll give you that much of a hint.
Okay.
Now this is a team that's I don't know, good, yes. Will they keep it up for the entirety of the season? We don't know. But playing at home against possibly the worst team in football, worse than the Patriots. I want the Miami Dolphins.
Oh.
Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins #1.
Wow. Going with the Miami Dolphins. I was thinking they scored 10 offensive touchdowns, right? In that game 2 weeks ago.
I have
would
no
have had
idea.
to
That
listen
sounds
to-
right.
Yeah, something
You
like
would have
that.
had to listen to that song 10 times.
I would have blown my brains out after the 5th. So
Yeah.
it would have been fine.
Yeah, you wouldn't have had to listen to the rest.
Would have been a problem.
Yeah. I mean, there would have been some cleanup in the stands, but other than that, it would have been okay.
Not any more than usual. It's a Dolphins game.
It's really
It's all
Wow.
trash, so it's fine.
Dude, I had a terrible experience at the Miami Hurricanes game, which I told you guys about. Well, we won't talk about it on
Yeah.
pod, but
Gross.
people of Miami are the worst. That's all I'm going to say. Just the
gross.
worst. You run into a few good people, but they're not usually from here. Anyways, so Jake.
It's the Raiders, obviously.
Ugh.
Wow, that's horrible.
That hurts
I
my
hate
bones,
you.
dude. Hurts my bones.
Come on, Max Crosby is gonna beat the shit out of Mac Jones if they even put Mac Jones out there for the whole game.
Do you think 3 weeks in a row that they're going to bench Mac Jones in the fourth quarter?
If they're losing that bad, probably. Yeah.
Damn, that's brutal.
I mean,
Yeah.
what's the point? Why would you injure your first round pick quarterback for a
That's a good way to look at it.
38-point lead? Like, just no.
Yeah. It's not fun to be a Patriots fan. It was for the last 20 years, but it's not fun now.
I had a feeling it was coming, so
Yeah,
Well,
Bills are
doesn't
gonna
hurt
come due
quite
at
as
some
bad.
point.
yeah.
It's hard to call somebody the Grim Reaper when they've picked 4 in a row correct, but here we go.
Shut up.
Grim Reaper. That's me.
That's
You say it
me,
like that. It's so
the Grim
weird.
Reaper.
That's me. Who have I picked? God, I picked some great matchups. Texans and Jets, both correct. Come
Those
on.
are pretty good. I gotta give
Come
you that.
on. Give me a break. I'm gonna keep the theme going with a team that is arguably not great.
Pick a
God,
tough matchup,
imagine
Howard.
this one. I'm gonna take the
The
Chicago Bears
Oh, I knew it.
at home
At
against
home,
Minnesota. Justin
Yeah.
Fields, he's gonna keep it rolling.
I like that.
It's not.
there are
the
a lot of
craziest
teams.
I'm
amount.
man.
happy.
You don't
I'm
have
happy
to
you
do
didn't pick a
this.
chalk pick. No, I love it. I love
No,
it, John.
I'm
That's a
making it
good one.
fun.
That's a real good. No Justin Jefferson. That's a good one. Because
Yeah.
just as much as it could be the Bears could absolutely fumble that bag.
Oh
easy.
yeah, and so the Jets could have, and so could have the Texans the other week. I mean, it's just I want to keep the trend going. I don't want to pick chalk. I want to make it fun, and I would love to see the Bears win just for being a football fan. So
I just want to win survival football because I don't think I'm going to win anything else this year.
oh
I
man,
think
I mean,
I'll
what do we
be
got to play
honest.
Logan and Jake every year? It's-
I'm gonna
God,
win in
sucks.
Dynasty. I'm gonna win the whole championship, and I'm gonna be the first Dynasty.
Not if I gave Logan all my good players. I would never.
Yeah, we're just gonna stack the shit out of Logan's team.
You don't have any good players.
That's
There's none that you should trade away.
That's not nice.
Like the only good players you have are young. You don't have anybody
It's true.
old that's worth giving away for stuff to help you. Like if you give away Jalen Hurts and Brown, like that's just gonna fuck you going forward. So
They will live and die in my lineup unless for some reason I'm a hard rebuild when Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown are like 30.
Or in like a year when the Eagles suck again because they have no offensive line and the offense doesn't work the same as it has.
Why do you have to say things?
But it's all the same. It's the same thing.
It's fine.
That'd
You can
be
manifest that if you want,
so
Tyler. It's just not
cool.
going to work. But let's move on to our last segment of the day, of the week. Our favorite segment. It's time for.
And now, Dr. Logan chimes in.
it's gonna be another chaotic video of him yelling at the phone in the car.
In
We
the
can
car
skip it.
driving
No.
down the highway.
I will say that he is in the car and he does have some Jake big baller energy because he is 10-0 right now in our leagues that we play him in.
Oh my God,
So-
he is. He
10-0.
is.
So
Gross.
it was hard for him to find a question, but here we go.
Don't really have a question on my lineup this week, but I will say, proud to be 10-0 between the two records with you guys. It doesn't really mean shit because, that's the regular season, but feels good. Would you trade Dameon Pierce? I've got Breece Hall. I've got James Cook. Dameon Pierce has been underwhelming. Do I trade Dameon Pierce?
I got some advice for Logan. Get rid of that fucking mustache. It makes you look like a old-timey villain who's tying women to train tracks.
Wow,
Hey,
I think he was doing the
should I get rid of-
Waluigi. That's not
Should
nice.
I trade Dameon Pierce?
Damn. I mean, he kind of had that coming though with the 10-0 comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna start making fun of his physical appearance. Do you trade Dameon Pierce?
Logan looks like he's carrying around a bag with a big $sign on it.
He just needs a cowboy hat and maybe a pair of cowboy boots with some of those.
Logan looks like he owns a monocle.
He's like the Monopoly guy.
No, he's like a villain that has he's like, hey, I'm gonna tie this woman to a train tracks. You'll never stop me. And then he rides away on a horse. And then the villain, he gets got. Logan gets got, and he gets shot by.
What's
Tyler.
the horse's name?
I don't know.
Horsey.
Buckeye. What's the horse in Toy Story? It's like
Dameon Pierce. Is that the name of the horse?
no,
Logan-
that's what we're supposed to be talking about though. Bullseye.
Logan looks like
Bullseye.
he has two henchmen, and they're both buffoons.
So it's you and Tyler then.
Tyler and I would.
But
be great
neither of
henchmen.
us own Miles Sanders anywhere, John.
Bro,
I hate to
we-
break
Tyler,
to you.
Tyler, we would make
That makes me
great
a henchman, a
We'd
dumb
be really
henchman.
good
our,
henchman, though.
Our look would be really good henchman.
Low key, really good henchman.
Yeah.
Really good henchman.
I would be like the guy that works at the bank that you guys kill to get the money.
Yep. You do look like a bank guy who gets.
Like, you need the
shot.
money, take it. I don't care. And then you just
Yeah, man.
put me anywhere.
Thanks, man. Thanks for being so cooperative through this whole
You're
bank
the-
robbery.
You're the
Blam!
cop. You're the cop that works with the villain in the movie.
Oh yeah, I would be a dirty fucking cop, dude.
Yeah.
Dirty as fuck.
But
I would
then-
never
but
do
it
my
doesn't
job.
work
Beat
out
the
for you.
shit out of everybody. If you
It
were-
doesn't work out for you.
No, it never would. I'm definitely not the hero in the story. That's for sure.
What the fuck was Logan's question?
Does he trade Dameon Pierce, the RB24 on the season that has less
what?
than 4 yards per carry?
No.
No, you keep
What?
him?
He
No.
didn't. He didn't
No.
pitch for what? What
Hold
is the-
Dameon Pierce. Hold Dameon Pierce all day. Nobody has a quite a volume like Dameon Pierce.
He's getting
There's
more
not-
volume every week. I'll say that.
He's getting more volume every week on an improving offense that may, depending on the matchup, play from ahead a little bit.
Yeah.
Get the chance to get the running game going. There's no reason to sell Dameon
the thing
Pierce.
is, I don't see you getting anything that makes it worth it.
Also true. What are you going to
You
get
know?
that's going to
Like,
improve
I
you?
don't
by
see you
that much?
getting anything where you're like, I'm glad I got rid of Dameon Pierce for that. Because like, what are you gonna get? Like a mid wide receiver?
You package him with like a George Pickens to get like if you're low on tight end, you go grab like maybe you get Sam Laporta and something else.
No
I
way.
don't want that, man.
No, I don't want tight ends for
I
Damian
don't know.
Pierce
Maybe
and
you go.
Pickens.
Maybe you go get like
Nah,
an
you
elite
try and
level
get
wide
yourself
receiver.
like you try and get yourself like I don't know.
Get yourself
a-
CD Lamb. Sell
Yeah,
George Pickens to Damian.
honestly, depending
CeeDee
on
Lamb.
the team, yeah, could be.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you just told him. Without knowing what the deal is, I can't offer a great opinion. But like, why get rid of him? He's got good value. You can start him any week. He's got a decent ceiling with a decent floor. Like, he is really one of the better RB2s I can think of.
I think he was struggling to come up with a question.
Yeah, that's why somebody else needs to call and say anything. Call us and say any fuck. I don't know.
Anything. But
Doesn't
I do
have to
love
be a
when
question
Dr.
about
Logan comes in.
fantasy football either. It could just be a question.
Yeah.
Like, what's your favorite color?
That's the worst question they could have asked. But I
And-
could talk about colors for a long time.
Don't take that out of context, though.
Wow. Well, that is gonna do it for the podcast. Should we go back to the best segment of the show?
Yes, that
Wanna
would
do
be
it
an
again?
improvement over this.
It would.
I'd rather do another Brittany Mahomes update than another Logan question.
Wow, that's saying a lot right there. And is that
Damn.
mainly because Logan?
That's cold.
Hey, should I trade Damian Pierce?
Is his mustache that bad? There's no way it's that bad. Look.
Don't really have.
I have this,
We don't
Logan
really care,
figure.
Logan. He does look like Wario. That's crazy.
Don't really have.
Yeah, I don't know.
He
if
looks
can grow,
like Waluigi.
I'm pretty sure he can grow the rest.
It's more
of his
Waluigi.
beard.
I don't have a Waluigi though.
All right, dudes. Thank God I started Puka.
Put it there, I think, because that's what I want to. I want to nip this in the bud. Like, don't do the mustache, Logan.
Let's look at his facial hair over the last 3 weeks. Let's just enjoy that.
All right. So between.
Evolution.
Way
No facial
handsomer.
hair. No
Yeah.
facial
Way
hair there.
handsomer.
Just 5 o'clock.
All right, dudes. Thank God.
Good. Happy
Good,
with that.
decent,
And
good.
then now we're
Don't really have a.
Yeah, train villain. Train villain.
Train villain. Train
Yeah,
villain.
he
Waluigi.
just- he-
Wah!
Do you think he kills the conductor?
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
And like robs the train.
I don't. Yeah, I don't even know if he does
He
that.
he does the thing like he taps the train conductor on the wrong shoulder, and when he turns around, he just like
Mm.
chucks him over the side of the train.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One of those. He's a real
He run-
goofy villain.
He looks like he would be running around really fast in and out
Or
different
like
doors.
he sneaks like this.
Yeah, he sneaks with his hands up in the air by his face.
Yeah.
Sly
Real
Logan.
Scooby Doo ass looking mustache.
10-0, about to be
10 and
probably
2.
12-0,
hopefully.
but
Yeah.
not-
probably.
when playoffs come, I hope.
Cool. All right, let's end this.
Yep. Well, that'll do it for this episode. It's actually shorter than the last 3 we've done, if you could believe that.
We did it.
But we made it this far. You know what to do. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, X, Fantasy Dudes Pod, at those Fantasy Dudes. Please, for the love of God, if you made it this far, you got a question. I don't even care if it's fantasy related. If you want to make fun of us, I don't care. I'll play it on the show.
Do it.
Please, just do it. I'm begging you at this point, because Jake doesn't want to see Logan's face next week and whatever is growing on his upper lip. So thanks so much. Good luck in your week 6 matchups, unless you're playing me, and we'll see you in week 7. And I'm going to get the outro, and here we go.
Thanks for tuning in to Those Fantasy Dudes podcast. Make sure to tune in next week and follow
That's very
us at
sad, Tyler.
Those Fantasy Dudes on Instagram.
What is he doing?
He's living in the good old days back in 2001.